So Matt, continuing on from our earlier conversation, now thinking about consumers, buyers, investors, why should they be thinking about these types of trust mechanisms that we've been talking about? What's the impact of iCIRT to a buyer or investor? How does it help them?
Look, consumers are actually the people that matter the absolute most out of everyone here, and that's been a big part of this reform program, resetting everyone's lens to think about building and construction through their lens. It's quite challenging for buyers to get all of the information that they need to make an informed decision. As a regulator, that can be quite frustrating because you see a lot about people's performance, but you just can't share everything. Ratings changes the game with that. We know that particularly in regards to insolvency risk, construction is an industry where insolvency is historically high. So having a tool like ratings gives consumers much more information about the resilience of the entity dealing with, because that's just as important as the quality of the product that they're building. We want consumers to be confident that the person that they're purchasing a property of, a very significant investment, is an entity that has the right risk profile that demonstrates they're more than likely to be here, not just for tomorrow, but for the next 10 and 20 years.
So around the world, there's been a wide array of disparate types of review services available to support the market in making an informed decision when dealing with the construction industry. Here, as the regulator in New South Wales, you saw it as being quite important to work with an independent ratings agency and providing a standardised ratings assessment. Could you elaborate on why was that so important?
Look, when we're purchasing coffee or going out for a meal, I think those other types of rating services are just perfect for the job. But when we're talking about investing in a home, that's a significant financial investment. And so it was absolutely critical to us that we came up with a framework that had far more rigour than your other existing rating services. So it needed to be regulated, it needed to be independent, it needed to have integrity, and there needed to be some level of capability. And that's what we have through the iCIRT rating system. It's interesting, Brad, that we have quite strong awareness of rating in places like Queensland and Victoria, almost a similar awareness to what we have in New South Wales. I'm also hearing the industry itself and these other jurisdictions wants to be involved because they can see what it's doing in terms of uplifting industry capability and practice, and also what it's doing for the customers. And that customer confidence is so critical, because without customers, we've got no industry.